Hi everyone, Lacey Artemis here again with another episode of QTV. So today I have a bit of a thought experiment to share with you, and I'm curious to get your thoughts and your feedback on the idea. So as you're probably aware, if you live in any city really, when you go out in public, you usually come across advertising, public advertising. It's like on buses, it's in stores, it's on TV, it's on our devices, that's everywhere. And we usually don't get much of a say in what that advertising is. So a lot of times it's companies that are trying to sell something to us. And I had this thought, what would it be like if instead of all of this advertising, or the majority of this advertising being things trying to sell us products like cosmetics or gadgets or toys, what if it was strictly information that was helpful or educational? So for instance, if you go outside and it's flu season and there's a billboard that says, that explains the difference between bacterial infections and viral infections, so that you wouldn't maybe accidentally try to take antibiotics to deal with a viral infection. Because that would certainly be useful, and it would improve the scientific literacy of the community and of society, and I think that'd be a really good thing. And so with things like gadgets, gadgets aren't inherently bad or anything. I would be lost without my GPS on my phone. I can certainly admit that much. But I think this kind of idea of always being like, here's the next gadget, the new gadget you have to have, the smartwatch and the smartphone and the smart tablet and the smart glasses and heck, who knows what else, a smart fridge? I don't know what else is smart in this world anymore. But instead of needing all of those things, what if there was, if it was a focus on actual accessibility aids or accessibility devices? Just that would help to raise awareness for people with disabilities, and I think that would help to foster better understanding and acceptance and inclusion, and probably even integration for these people. And again, I think that'd be really positive. And in terms of if you see right now, we often see ads for movies or for albums by bands or video games, and these things are a little bit different because they're art forms, and art is something that enriches our lives and brings us happiness. I'm sort of more focusing on the advertising that I think is less helpful, like cosmetics. And I feel like there can be an argument can be made about cosmetics being useful or helpful, but a lot of times it comes down more so, I think, to this idea that you don't look good enough, or there's just something that needs to be improved or fixed. And I think this kind of contributes to this feeling that we're not good enough and that we need to do more to be good enough. And I think if that was sort of taken away and there was less of that constantly barraging us, and there was more, here's understanding this scientific concept, or here's understanding this emotional intelligence concept, or here's an artistic cue. When you get home, why don't you draw something or write something based on this, and share it with the community through Twitter or whatever. And I think that'd be a really interesting experiment, or if that was sort of made permanent. I'd be really curious to see how society would change and evolve from that. I think it would help with the society's general understanding and knowledge base. It would increase empathy, I think. It would probably increase creativity as well. And I think it would probably bring more happiness to people. But I don't know, I'm just speculating at this point. It's something I'd really love to see, because I think as I said, we're constantly barraged by advertising and we don't really get to pick what it is. And I think I'm kind of tired of seeing all the same stuff and things that I don't want or I don't need, and that I know are just being targeted to us because a company wants to sell them, not because we necessarily actually need them. So I'd like to see a shift in what advertising is around, and I'd really like to see a shift in, like I said, presenting or disseminating more scientific, factual information or concepts from maybe social psychology, so that we can understand why we do the things that we do and why other people do things they do, and get better at communicating and recognizing when people are just maybe having a bad day, and just being able to empathize better and to be more kind to each other. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I want to say, if you do know of a place where this is the case already, or if this has been tried and I just don't know about it, please let me know. I would love to read more about that. So leave a comment, send me a message, because again, I'm really fascinated by this, and I really would be intrigued to read more about it and see what the results were, or if there are people maybe actually trying to push for this, so I can keep an eye on that. So thank you for watching. This has been a little bit longer than usual episode of QTV, but I hope that this thought experiment has resonated with you, and I look forward to seeing your comments. Oh, and you can like and subscribe and follow and do all the social stuff here, and yeah, like and subscribe on the channel if you want to. I intend to keep doing these videos. I'm going to do a mixture of storytelling and these sort of thoughts experiment type things, and some other content as I think of it. But thank you for watching.